you're doing it wrong. Why don't you pack your bags and bring your fine self home? Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And what I would like to do tonight is to try to answer this particular question, which is to balance or not to balance. And some of you might think it is strange kind of question coming from me because my company's name contains the word balanced, and for good reason. But like in many cases in life, the answer to a particular question might not be so simple, and it might indeed depend on the situation. And that's what we try to address today. As you can see, my beloved Crown CX-822 machine is back in business. It had a minor hiccup, and Chuck Ziska was very helpful in resolving this issue, and at this point it's running just fine, producing wonderful sound. However, some people mentioned, and that's been consistent to some of my previous observations on other machines, that on the machines equipped with both single-ended and balanced output, you may be getting best sound out of the single-ended outputs, called differently just the RCA outputs. How could that be possible, you might ask? And the answer is very, very practical, because it all depends on how a particular piece of audio gear achieves that balanced output. There may be very, very different cases depending upon what you're talking about. For example, all balanced input to output power amplifier makes a lot of sense. There is pretty much just one answer, and that's essentially yes, you want to do balanced inputs. But there will be other, a little bit more complicated situations. And one of the situations is your typical open reel tape recorder. Let's say it is a semi-pro or professional tape recorder, and it sports the standard balanced XLR inputs and outputs. That is great, you might say. And in some cases, it will indeed be great. For example, when you run in a large studio and your interconnects are 30, 40 feet long, and the studio is located in the middle of a major city where there is enough of different kind of interference floating from all over the place, from your cell phone towers, from your power lines and whatnot, from major appliances nearby. Yes, in this case, the long transmission lines should be balanced. There is no question about it. But it is a very different question if you're talking about a typical home system, where your tape recorder might be just 6 feet away or 5 feet away or just on top of your preamplifier. So your connections are very short in this case. You may be talking about 3-foot interconnect being on the short side and maybe 6-foot being on the long side. And in some of those homes, the EMI, electromagnetic interference environment, is very benign. One of those cases is my home. We live not in the country, but outside the city. And in my case, the interference typically is very, very low. It's almost something you can simply ignore. But then the question becomes, okay, so you do need balanced interconnects. How is it happening? What does the machine do internally to give you those balanced connectors? And once you start looking at that question, you discover some uncomfortable truths. Pretty much all tape recorders, professional or otherwise, have internal single-ended architecture. The playback preamplifiers in those machines will always be single-ended. But as they come back close to the rear panel, somebody puts on balanced connector on them. And it is again done for good reason, because those machines might be used in very noisy environment. But the question then becomes, how is that connection or conversion, how is it done? And there you have different cases. And here we have one of those cases. You see a very well-known machine. It's a Revox PR99 machine. It was basically sold as a semi-professional model. And being the semi-professional model, it has XLR inputs and outputs. But the question is, how is it accomplished, considering that all the preamplifier circuits internally are single-ended? And the answer is, there is a very large card that assigns the duty of converting the single-ended signal into the XLR output using transformer. And that board is loaded with components. And therefore, you have this question, how does it affect the sound? And in some cases, the answer might be hard to come by, because the machine is sealed and you don't have access to internal nodes, so you cannot run simple comparison. Fortunately, and that's the reason for my selecting this particular model for the demonstration, this machine is not quite that way. In addition to standard XLR outputs, it also has what is called the monitor connector. And that monitor connector uses this style plug-in. It's also known as a DIN connector. This one is a 5-pin DIN. And at the other end of this connect cable, you see the standard RCA plugs. So in order to get access to the single-ended nodes on this amplifier, or I'm sorry, on this tape machine, you simply plug this cable into the corresponding place, like this. And now you have single-ended output working. And many people have done that, and they all found out that it sounds better with the signal taken out this way rather than through standard XLR outputs. The Crown machine is even simpler in that regard because it has both XLR and RCA connectors on its rear panel. So basically all you do is just move your interconnects from one position to another and you get appropriate sound. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to play this particular selection of this wonderful tape through XLR inputs and then through RCAs. In fact, the question then becomes, which set of outputs should we use first? And I decided simply by tossing a coin, and the answer is the RCA connectors will be used first. And kudos to the designers of this machine, because the output signal from both sets of outputs is almost identical. In fact, I only have to change the volume setting on my preamp by one click, which is very, very minor difference, which is half dB, 1/2 dB. So with all that out of the way, let's just play this wonderful tape, enjoy the sound, and then tell me which sound you prefer.
Rock. Can I get a hello? Take one. Can I get a hello, baby? Oh yeah. Can I get a goodbye? Can I get a hello, baby? Oh yeah. Can I get a goodbye? You know it's that love I don't have makes me hang my head and cry. Hey baby, could I spend some time with you? Hey baby, girl, could I spend some time with you? You know it's that love I don't have makes me come out every night and play the blues. You know I'm lonely, baby. You and I need just one sweet kiss. You know I'm lonely, baby. You and I need just one sweet kiss. Here we go, fellas. You know it's that love I don't have. Oh, well that's the love I miss.
You know,
Down in Virginia, take one.
This is a wonderful tape, and I particularly like the sound of this Crown machine. It is really one of the best machines out there in terms of its playback quality. I cannot speak for its recording quality because I have not done any recordings on it, but I suspect it's also going to be quite good because the circuit is very, very clean in its design. And I do like simple, clean circuits. That's what I usually try to do myself, and Crown is very much in that category. How exactly they do the output conversion, I'm not sure. I need to look at schematic. I believe they simply add the transformer. And how much effect is that going to have on the sound, we're going to find out by listening to the same selection next, this time through the set of its XLR balanced outputs. Unfortunately, the Crown machine doesn't have remote control, so I have to get my behind from the comfortable armchair and reach for the machine to operate it. But otherwise, it's running very, very well. And let's now listen to the XLR sound.
Well, can I get a hello? Take one. You know what that love I don't have makes me hang my head and cry. Hey baby, could I spend some time with you? Hey baby, girl, could I spend some time with you? You know it's that love I don't have makes me come out every night and play the blues. You know I'm lonely, baby. You and I need just one sweet kiss. You know I'm lonely, baby. You and I need just one sweet kiss. Here we go, fellas. You know it's that love I don't have. Oh, well, that's the love I miss.
You know,
Down in Virginia, take one. I went down in Virginia, running where the green grass grows. I went down in Virginia. you're doing me wrong. Why don't you pack your bags and bring your fine self home? Yeah. I told my baby, honey, stop doing me wrong. Well, I told my baby, honey, stop doing me wrong. So, child, baby, child, I've been alone. Let's go home. I went down in Virginia, honey, where the green grass grows. I went down in Virginia, honey, where the green grass grows. Look out! I'm trying to tell myself that you didn't want me no more.
So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful music, and I also hope you were able to form your opinion as far as which particular configuration sounds better. I think I have my opinion, but I will reserve it for now. And a couple more words about the upcoming videos. As you might remember, I promised you to maybe run the comparison between my new Tenberg TD20A machine and the crowned CX-822. Right now, the Tenberg is still recovering from its long storage situation. It's getting much better, but I'm also expecting another part from Europe. So as soon as it comes, I will make the required connection, and hopefully I will be able to do that particular video. So that's coming. But today, this is what we have. I enjoy this music and my contact with this machine. It is a simple machine. It doesn't even have the tape counter. But it's still a very, very nice machine. Yes, I know it's available as an option. Yes, I know that. Okay, so thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you again. Please stay well.